Good morning, Virgo. This is going to be your April reading. I'm using my Alice in Wonderland tarot deck, and I do have a new oracle deck, Sacred Geometry, and I have some new runes that I'm going to be incorporating into my reading. So, that being said, I will go ahead and get started. Let me choose a rune. And I'm going to choose one more of these cards, the Sacred Geometry. Ta-da! All right. My little fortune-telling deck. Energy Oracle. Vampire Oracle cards. This is my favorite deck. Love it. Okay, so the first card that we have is the Queen of Cups. And basically I'm getting with this card a lot of the soulful, spiritual energy. It's almost like this Kundalini energy of, having met someone who, or maybe you knew this person and, this has gone to like this next level of intimacy, but that this connection feels like one that you've never had before. There is a lot of passion, but with passion comes a lot of fears too. So make sure that you are really checking in with your fears of possibly not being good enough, fears of, maybe this person is too good to be true and they're going to leave. So really do check in with your feelings right now, because like I said, with passion comes a lot of fear. Okay, we have religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So I'm getting for some of you, maybe, you were raised in a strict religious household. Maybe you're married and this is, part of your marriage. I know I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses for almost 25 years. When I decided to leave my marriage and I started embarking on this spiritual journey that I've been on now for 5 years, I left all of that behind. And it was very hard, it was very scary, it was very painful. So this is kind of that same energy. of feeling like you are bound by, like a belief system. Maybe this is how your family believes, and you're having to kind of go against your family. Maybe you're dating outside your race, outside your religion, or, this person that has come into your life, they're different than other soulmates that you have dealt with before. All right, so we have the Five of Swords. And this is cutting away. This is the cutting away of those things that no longer serve you. Really walking away from maybe a lifestyle, your upbringing, your conditioning, and doing something different. And so there's a certain amount of discomfort here. And I feel like that's where the fears are coming in at too. Like, what if, I give up all of this for this person and then they leave? But you're not doing those things for yourself. For them, you're doing these things for yourself, because sometimes we can meet somebody who just turns our whole world upside down and helps us to, be free of things that no longer served us. And so that is for us. That is not for them. They came into our lives to show us what was serving and what wasn't serving of us personally. All right, so this is the rune that I pulled. I've got this cheat sheet here, and not all of them are on here, but I do have a cheat sheet on my phone. Hold on. Because I don't know them yet. Urus represents a bull. Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. It symbolizes strength, tenacity, courage, untamed potential, and freedom. And so this was really what I was talking about, with the strength and the courage that's facing your fears, with the strength, untamed potential. Don't feel like, you are walking away from a lifestyle for someone else. You're walking away from a lifestyle because this person showed you in this mirror that they held up that these things did not serve you anymore. So you need to make sure that anything that you are doing, sit in with your intentions, make sure that it's for you, that it's not to please somebody else. All right, we have strength. So yes, there is a whole lot going on with strength here. And, I feel like, with the strength card, that you are really having to really pull it all together, because you're having to walk away from things that you have had, these ties, these connections to for a long time. Maybe, you're leaving home and you're moving away and you're starting a new life. Whatever it is that is requiring a lot of strength and a lot of courage right now, your divine guidance is that you are on the right path, as long as your intentions are true and to thine own self be true. Make sure that everything that you are doing is for yourself. But like I said, with this, you see how, she seems kind of scared. She's in the dark. She's holding on to, this deer for dear life. And I feel like, with this is that codependency that, it could be trauma bonding. Maybe you've been dealing with someone who was very narcissistic, who was very energetically draining, and you're trying to cut those ties. You're having to walk away. The best way to do that is the path of least resistance, because if you can't combat that type of energy with your own, like maybe you're just feeling angry or bitter and vindictive, you just want to get back at this person, it's going to go on and on and on. So basically what you're being asked to do is to walk away, or, just really not give the reaction that they're looking for. Be above that, actually transcend that. Don't match energy, raise the energy of the room, so to speak. All right, we have 34, passion. The frequency, I said there was a lot of passion in this reading, and with passion comes a lot of fear. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So really finding, that balance right now, that balance between, that excitement, being on this kind of this roller coaster, this amusement park ride, and just being comfortable in your own skin, being comfortable alone, being comfortable with yourself, being comfortable with the idea that people sometimes they're just here for a season and for a reason, and really letting go of the attachment. All right, we have 32, Merkabah. The frequency of Merkabah supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. I did a couple of starseed activations, Arcturian, because that is, my origin, the star that I come from. So I have actually done a couple of these Merkabah activations to actually help to integrate and pull together all the dimensions that, my soul spans across, which was really amazing, by the way. I felt amazing. And, and it came complete with, the light codes and all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty cool. But yes, this is realizing that, your soul expands several different dimensions and even timelines at one time. And there is no time. You can literally master the timeline that you're on right now, and instantaneously you are on a brand new timeline where you can start all over again. That's the reason why it's important not to resist the timeline that you're on, to be like, okay, it's like I'm an actor on a stage with other actors or whatever, and we are creating this scene. And, we're like, the universes, or, your spirit guides or whatever, like, well, can you do it again, but can you do it with a little more fear this time, or can you do it with a little less fear this time? Can you, this is what we want you to give us, because we want to see it. We want to see that you understand this concept, and so that we can move on from here. That type of thing. If you can look at, all these realities like a stage, that's just everything's being acted out, everything's being played out exactly the way it's supposed to be. Right now, you've got to surrender to that and know that it's leading you to where you need to be at. All right, we have 4 of Pentacles. And there's a lot of comfort here of really being, this is my comfort zone. I don't want to make any changes. I don't want to rock the boat, because what if, this other situation is worse than what I had before? At least I understand the situation. At least I know it. At least I know how to navigate it. But you got to understand, a lot of times the universe will pull the rug out from under us if we don't move. We're not meant to stay stagnant. We're not meant to always stay in this safe place. Sometimes we need shook up a little bit because we need to experience something else. Because we have occupation, so I do feel like there's a lot going on with your job. Maybe you're kind of being nudged right now to move into a new direction. And this is that really feeling comfortable. I know how to do my job. I got to learn all that all over again. And so, really having a lot of fears right now, a lot of anxiety about change and about the future. But the time is right. And this is your nudge to go ahead and try that new thing that you've been thinking about doing. All right, we have the Lovers. And so I do feel like you're dealing with an old energy and a new energy. I do feel like this new person has come into your life, and that possibly you were already in a relationship. And so now you feel like you have to choose between something old and something new. There's always the possibility, especially if this is someone you've been with before, possibly, don't shoot the messenger, but it just came up for me that maybe you could open your relationship up to seeing other people. It doesn't necessarily have to completely end right now, but I do feel like, with this religious factors, maybe that would not be an option because of that. But really feeling very torn, and you're being asked right now to really trust, to be in a place of faith, to really choose yourself. Choose yourself right now, and that whoever you are supposed to be with, they will kind of shift and they will kind of level up with you as you are working on yourself. If not, they will fall off on their own accord, and you'll know they weren't for you to begin with. All right, so we have patience. So once again, you're being asked to have this patience and this trust and this faith that the universe always has your back. They want you to know this, and really be in this place to know that everything does not have to happen today. There are things going on behind the scenes on your behalf. So slow down. That's the other message that's coming up. Slow down right now. Take a pause if you need to before you completely make that decision. Just take a pause. Take that time to spend alone. Choose yourself right now, your peace. All right, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have this occupation card, which is also a feminine energy. Understand, you could be a man watching this. You could be, in your masculine energy. Each and every one of us have both. But basically with this feminine energy, there is this element of, this empathy, this compassion, this caring of, because we also have that Queen of Cups, of being very caring, very giving, of maybe even giving too much of yourself. Maybe you're the sole provider. Maybe, you are in a relationship, and you've really had to step into your masculine energy and get things done, and maybe even work 2 jobs, and you're feeling really unappreciated, unloved. And this is that situation that you're really thinking about leaving. And understand, these religions teach that, the man is supposed to be, the man of the house. He's supposed to take care of business. He's supposed to be this provider. So you got to really check in with yourself. Like, are you even being true to what you were raised up with? And maybe you're dealing with a lot of hypocrisy right now, with your religion, with your beliefs, with, these childhood beliefs that, you took on. All right, so we have resurrection, reprise, recovery, comeback. So I do feel like, maybe there is this narcissistic abuse going on. There's this codependency, possibly, this third party, may not even be another person. It may be a substance. It might be alcoholism, drug abuse. And this could be you. Do take what resonates. But really coming back from this, really having this recovery. And that's why it's going to be important to take this time for yourself to really kind of reflect on why, you have been stuck in the same pattern and why you have attracted the same type situations, so you can learn those lessons so that they do not return. Well, Virgo, this is your reading. This was a collective reading. I do personal readings, let you know what's going on with your personal situation. So if you want to reach out to me, those are $50 right now. I'll include in the description of the video my email address. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck, Gemini. Sounds like you got a lot going on. Or not Gemini, I'm talking about Virgo. I'm so sorry. This is like my second video in a row. Virgo. This was the Virgo reading. It sounds like you've got a lot going on, so definitely good luck to you. It was a tough energy, so thank you for watching.